Richard, please state your question.
Thank you, Spencer, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for doing this morning. I have two questions. I'm wondering if you can explain or elaborate on whether or not you've found any evidence that indicates taxpayer dollars have flowed directly to terrorist organizations, and then I do have a follow-up after that.
Given the geographic proximity and the wires to East Africa, we are in the middle of investigations, and what we have found is highly concerning. I cannot talk about ongoing investigations, but think of the absurdity. Think of the absurdity of money being wired from Minnesota by these individuals that could have come from government programs or from excess benefits. This should not be wired out of the country, and we are going to be cracking down on that.
And then my second question is, you said on Fox last night that as a part of this geographical targeting order, the threshold for surveillance is being lowered to $3,000. Do you anticipate that will be lowered that will also be expanded into other states, that lowered threshold? Do you have any sense on what other states you anticipate having to do this in?
So we have lowered it's called a geographical targeting order, the GTOs. We have used lower thresholds to get at the cartels along the U.S.-Mexico border, and we view this crime as very similar to the cartels' money laundering, many of the same approaches, many of the same shell companies. So we will see where it goes out from here. That will be a starting point. And as I said, Minnesota is going to be the protocols, the procedures, and the investigative techniques, as well as the collaboration with other agencies. Minnesota is going to be the genesis for a national rollout.
Thank you.
Thank you, and it looks like we have time for one more question, and that will go to Alana Austin with Newsmax.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Secretary Bessent, for your time. I was wondering if there are any specific financial institutions that you think had lax practices that you're willing to name at this time. And also, I'm trying to understand if Somali government officials actually directed individuals from the country to come to Minnesota to exploit vulnerable systems, or whether you think that the bad actors were acting on their own.
So with the first question, as I said, we have targeted enhanced investigations for MSBs, money service businesses, in greater Minneapolis, St. Paul. As they are under investigation, I cannot name those businesses. We will make the details of the investigation available as they as we gather further information. And your last question is an excellent one, that we do not know the depth, breadth, and collusion in this financial calamity that Governor Walz has allowed to have happen. That was this directed from overseas? Is it an endogenous flourishing of these fraudsters that Governor Walz allowed to grow right here in the backyard and take advantage of hardworking people of Minnesota? We'll see. So we are going to track this everywhere from top to bottom, and we will get to the bottom of it. And as we have more details, we will make those available.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and that's all the time we have.